right. Welcome to Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm Jess. You can find me on X at shinpad_IESR. All right, let's get into what we have today for the show. We've got chaos, we've got contracts, comeback stories, and a reminder that football at its core is still supposed to be for everyone. All right, let's jump right into Turkey. A player managed to pick up a back-to-back yellow cards immediately after telling the referee to move out of the way so he could take a free kick. Admittedly, it was a bold strategy, but unfortunately, it was an unsuccessful one. Personally, I think the ref should have just moved. I mean, how else is he supposed to take a free kick? The refs are all over the pitch. Sometimes they get in players' ways, and sometimes it's the player that's right, not the ref. So I side with the player in this case, but that's just me. Moving over into Kazakhstan. What could be going on in Kazakhstan with football? Here's what could be going on. In some genuinely surprising news, Nani is back. The former Portugal and Manchester United icon has come out of retirement to sign for FC Aktobe. He originally retired in 2024, so this is a short but notable comeback and proof that football retirement is more of a suggestion rather than a rule. Moving over into the north, going up north into Canada, in the Canadian Premier League. Sorry for videos computers kind of acting silly tonight. A bit of history going on in Canada. For the first time ever, all 8 CPL clubs will wear a custom league crest in their own club colors on the sleeve this season. Small detail, big identity move. Kind of makes me think of what Apple TV did with the MLS. Apple TV, all of them are able to have, as long as they have, certain details right, they can have it in their own logo, basically. So that's just a little thing going on over in the Canadian Premier League right now. Now, let's talk World Cup. We all know the ticket prices are through the roof, Absolutely through the roof, I mean, some of these tickets, like the lowest prices are like $3, $4, $5,000, for one ticket. And in some cases, the cheapest is like, $20,000. Well, Tim Wee has decided to chime in on this. He spoke out about the World Cup ticket prices, saying that they're becoming too expensive and risk turning football into a spectacle for the few rather than a game for everyone. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong. And I'm not going to do the whole reference Ted Lasso, because some of you guys know I probably would reference Ted Lasso right now. But this is actually something that I feel like is kind of been a thing for a long time. If you're a real fan of football, you kind of know this has kind of been a thing for a while, especially if you've read Inverting the Pyramid. The sentiment that, wanting to be a football to be a spectacle for the few rather than a game for everyone is a sentiment that echoes something like is something that Jonathan Wilson wrote about in Inverting the Pyramid, which is a book that I'm currently reading right now. Thick book, like I said in prior episodes. That football originally began as a game for the elite and the wealthy. according to Jonathan Wilson in Inverting the Pyramid, before it became a working class sport. So the concern now is whether we're drifting back in that direction. It should be a game that's enjoyed by everyone. And these ticket prices, they're insane. Absolutely insane. I don't know what the president of FIFA is thinking about jacking up these prices, but I don't know, like, it's just not right. It's not right at all. Because everyone should be able to do that. I was looking at something. I saw something on social media that was like, if you could turn anything, put anything at $1, like price it at $1 permanently, what would it be? I'm kind of thinking maybe I would do football matches. I mean, everyone should have the chance to enjoy it. Not just the select few who are wealthy enough to, actually pay for the tickets. All right, moving on from that, moving into the USL. Some major news going on in the USL right now. Okay, something super exciting. I'm excited about the MLS going into the European season, but this is something different that I still think they probably need to do. Because teams will suck and need to be shown consequences. It has been confirmed. The USL is going into a promotion relegation system. This system is going to be implemented, I think it's going to be implemented in 2028. So that's huge. And if some of you guys are like, what the heck is promotion relegation system? Basically, it's this. You have different tiers. They're all interlinked. And if a team sucks so bad, they get relegated to the league below that. And you have like the top league. And this one's going to be 3 league divisions. So it's going to have the USL Premier. That's going to be the official name of the Division 1. Then you're going to have the USL Championship, which will be Division 2. And USL League 1, which will become Division 3. So if a team sucks bad enough, like Galaxy did this last season, they will have gone into the championship. If they suck there, they go into League 1. If they suck there, they might end up going into like a non-league system. Or just stay at the very bottom of League 1. And if they do well enough, they can get promoted into the championship. Then if they do well enough there, they can get promoted back into the USL Premier. That's the promotion relegation. So it's huge. It's a massive, massive moment for the game here in America. Massive moment. They are definitely also trying to rival MLS, and I think it's working. I really do. I think it's working. Speaking of the MLS, we're going to see what's been going on in the MLS. Who has been going where? So, CF Montreal have acquired Thomas Alvarez on a loan from Inter Miami. And honestly, with this move, when I saw this move, I was kind of surprised because you're going from pretty much as far south as you can get in America, in like the lower 48, and you're going north, pretty much all the way north. But he's also going for one of the top teams, and the team that won the MLS Cup, to the team that sucked really hard last season. one of the bottom, if not, I think actually the bottom team in their conference last season. And it's just, honestly, it could be exactly what Montreal needs to do better this season. He could be the influence that they need to move up the table, but we'll see. And speaking of Inter Miami, they have signed goalkeeper Luis Barraza. Austin FC have signed Facundo Torres as a designated player for a reported $9.5 million. Check a change. LAFC have signed midfielder Amin Bodri through 2029 with a 2030 option for 3.3 million euros. And they've also brought in winger Tyler Boyd. FC Cincinnati have signed Brian Ramirez for $3 million, and they've also added forward Christian Fletcher. Charlotte FC have claimed defender David Schnegg via waivers. And I was looking into that this last week, trying to figure out how do you acquire someone, by a waiver. Here's what it is. Acquiring a player via waivers allows teams to claim a released player inheriting their existing contract, generally based on a priority order, within a specific time frame. If claimed, the player moves to the new team, while unclaimed players become free agents. Successful claims usually require an open roster spot and cap space. So, honestly, I didn't even know that was a thing. Anywho, DC United have acquired goalkeeper Alex Bono in exchange for $125,000 in general allocation money. Real Salt Lake signed midfielder Shin Spearings for 2.5 million euros. And LA Galaxy have extended Mateus Nascimento's loan with an option to buy, and they've also signed striker João Klaus as a designated player using $2.3 million in general allocation money. It has been a busy market in this offseason for MLS. Nobody's sleeping on this. Nobody. And speaking of moves, we've got some moves going on with the NWSL. Some quick little moves here. North Carolina Courage have appointed Mac Lind as new coach. We'll see how that helps this upcoming season. And Gotham FC have signed NCAA champion Jordan Dudley from Florida State through 2028, while Washington Spirit have signed Paraguayan forward Claudia Martinez through 2028. It's been a lot of talk about moves in these last couple weeks, and we're not stopping yet. We've got the NSL, the Northern Super League. Couple of moves going on here before we head to a short little break. Halifax have signed Jordan Rhodes, and they're also bringing goalkeeper Riley Foster. Hopefully these two will help them go up the table this season and hopefully do better. We'll see, though. We'll see. All right, guys. You have been watching Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you guys after the break.
Hi, esports radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. iEsports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
All right, welcome back to Shin and Shenanigans, right here on Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We're going to move on across the pond into the Premier League. I know we're bouncing all over the world tonight. Absolutely all over the world tonight. One quick little thing for the women's side before we go into the men's side. A little bit of sad news out of the women's football over there. Unfortunately, Brighton and Hove Albion women's head of coaching Rado Vidosic has passed away, unfortunately, at the age of 64. Unfortunately. Sorry, guys. I know it just seems like all I'm ever letting you guys know of is like who moved where and who died. I feel like I'm so sorry, guys. I promise it won't always be like this. All right. Into the men's side of things. Few moves going on. Manchester United. Casemiro is expected to leave Man United when his contract expires this summer. Sorry. And staying in that realm, Bruno Fernandes has reached 200 goal contributions with the club. So, awesome milestone there. Over in Liverpool, Arne Slot has won just 5 of his last 18 matches. Yeah. And he did it in, I think, 23 fewer games. Yeah. That kind of sucks. I don't know. We'll see if Xabi Alonso comes for his job. I don't know. We'll see. Moving over to Chelsea. Aaron Anselmo has been recalled from Dortmund. Yeah. Yeah. German league's not happy about that. That was kind of a sudden call up, and he's been doing great over there. To me, this looks like a little bit of a desperate move. Personally, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that helps their season. In other news, Cole Palmer now has Cold Palmer. His celebration has been trademarked. So yeah, he now has a logo of Cold Palmer that is trademarked. So I don't know what he plans to do with it, but we'll see what he might do with his logo. He might put on some stuff and try to sell it. And for those of you following Sterling, Raheem Sterling has left Chelsea through a mutual agreement, and he had like 18 months on his contract. Where he's going to go, nobody knows right now. Nobody knows right now. We'll see. Maybe he'll go to I don't know. I honestly have no clue where he might go. No idea. I mean, maybe he'll go to City, maybe he'll go elsewhere. We'll see. And in other news, Sunderland. They are the last team that are undefeated at home this season. So congrats to Sunderland, and we better be watching out. We better be watching out. Another recent story I saw is that Manchester City have partnered with Ohana Development to launch YAS, Y-A-S, residences. This is a football brand residential project in Abu Dhabi. And I was trying to look into this, to figure out, what exactly is this? Is this something anybody can do? But it's according to this article, it's a 1.67 million square meter development in the world's first Manchester City branded residential destination. So, I mean, these are luxury properties that have like Man City and like club specific stuff everywhere. And it just seems like it's something that only the rich people, which go figure, Abu Dhabi. Rich people. Yeah. It's been a little bit kind of confusing to figure out what's been going on. But according to the CEO of City Football Group, this is a landmark project that brings Manchester City to a premium residential environment in a distinctively club-branded way. Ohana Development is highly regarded for working with leading global brands, translating their influence into high-end, design-driven residential experiences. This partnership will see Ohana harness the club's global reach and its unrivaled footprint in the region. So what I'm gathering from this is that fans can purchase residences there. Because I was when I first saw this, I was thinking, so the players have a place to go. Does this mean the players have a place specifically to go when they're in Abu Dhabi? But to me, it just looks like someone, based off of this, it looks like people can actually purchase these. And it's all because they're Man City fans. Staying kind of in the realm of City, kind of an interesting thing that I read related to this is Mark Gee. You know, Man City just signed him. It's been reported that he was in an MRI machine working on completing his Liverpool medical when he was told the deadline move had collapsed, had been abandoned. And I'm like, that doesn't seem right. Because we were talking last week about how his prior team, his coach was like, we weren't told of this. Like, we didn't know about this move until the day before a match. And I was like, who is dropping the ball with communication here? I mean, is it his agents? Because if it's his agents, maybe he needs new agents. Who's dropping the ball with communication here? How does his move to Liverpool get dropped out of nowhere? And see, the thing is, I heard that this happened over the last summer. And I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. Where is the lack of where's the communication breakdown? Is it, I don't know, I just don't get it. I just don't get how you can go from potentially signing with Liverpool to signing with Man City. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm also saying that there's a communication breakdown on both of these. Just, yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. All right, talking about some moves here, some more moves. Like I said, market's been busy. West Ham fans. Flamengo have agreed to sign Lucas Paqueta for a reported £35.8 million. And Aston Villa have signed Tammy Abraham from Besiktas. Besiktas? Yeah. A lot of these names I can't pronounce. Sorry, guys. It's they're in the fifth in the Super League over in Turkey. Tottenham, Wilson Adobert and Randall Kolo Moani, unfortunately, they have been involved in a car accident. And I did see the pictures. Like, the front end it wasn't the whole front end that was smashed in, just like the right corner of it. Not a great, yeah. And it looked like the car was totaled. I think the car was totaled. The windshield was smashed, and it wasn't great. But good news, they are okay. Good news there. One more little move. Bournemouth have signed winger Ryan from Vasco da Gama. We'll see how that works out. Let's move on over to the Bundesliga. One one thing in the news for the Bundesliga. For you guys, all of you guys that hate on Bayern Munich have fallen. They have lost their first match in 10 months. They lost to Augsburg on Saturday, this last Saturday, the 24th. And I was sitting there watching. I was like, huh. I get no team is immune to defeat. No team whatsoever. But I'm like, why did it have to be a match? That was like the first match in a while my husband could watch because he was off of work. But yeah, Bayern Munich have had their first loss in 10 months. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Switching gears a little bit to La Liga. Going over there. I was kind of been looking into, because I'm working on this piece about the managerial crisis that seems to be happening over in Europe right now, which, be on the lookout, guys. I plan to have that for you guys probably by Saturday or Sunday, by this weekend. So to be able to read that piece. Getting back to that. Since 2011, Real Madrid and Barcelona have combined have had 17 managers, while Atletico Madrid have had just one. It's strange. It just seems to be strange because I'm looking at all these, like, what's different than it was like even 10, 20 years ago? Why does it seem to be happening more now? But I'm not spoiling it for you guys. You'll be able to read it at the very least by the end of the weekend. Barcelona have signed Uruguayan left back Patricio Pacifico on loan with a 1.8 million euro option to buy. They have also signed Jowensley Onstein from Genk. So, bulking up. Got a fun story for this out of Serie A. So, a British fan was able to enter Atalanta's stadium, and I think this one was it wasn't the Atlanta that's in the primary. I think it was like the 5th year. Anyway, like, yeah, some articles are saying that he broke in, and he pretty much did. You can find this on as well. He was able to get into the stadium by making an educated guess at the code. I honestly wouldn't even say it's that much of an educated guess on the code to get into the stadium. It's the year they were founded, which is plastered all over the place. It's plastered all over the place, man. Dude. It really and truly is. It's like... Yeah. Come on, you need to change that. Come on. It's kind of an obvious password. Anyway, moving on to the other news out of Serie A. Napoli have signed Gioban from Hellas Verona on a loan with a 20 million euro buy clause that includes add-ons. And Lazio have agreed to sign Daniel Maldini on loan from Atalanta for just under 1 million euros, with an optional 14 million euro buy option. All right, guys, we're going to take another quick break, and then we're going to come back and look into the standings for the Premier League, the Bundesliga, and Serie A. You've been watching Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you guys after the break.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, welcome back to Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. All right, let's get right into the standings, our last segment of the evening. Over in the Premier League, we have Arsenal still sitting at the top of the table. Their next match is going to be against Leeds, in case you're wondering. Man City is sitting at the number 2 spot. Their next match is against Tottenham. Aston Villa sitting at number 3, and they are set to play Brentford next. Man United are in 4th place, and they are set to play Fulham next. Then we've got Chelsea sitting at number 5, and they're set to play West Ham. Sorry, West Ham fans. It's going to be a rough game. Liverpool is sitting at number 6, and they are going to be playing Newcastle. Fulham is at number 7, followed by Brentford, then Newcastle. Everton is at the number 10 spot, and they're set to play Brighton Albion. In 11th place, we've got Sunderland, followed by Brighton Albion. Then Bournemouth, and if Bournemouth do not win their next match, I don't really know what they need to be doing because they're playing the Wolves next, who still, this far into the season, do not have double-digit points yet. They're still in the single-digit points. They're getting relegated. Most likely going to happen. Tottenham is in 14th spot with Crystal Palace following up right behind them. Then Leeds United, followed by Nottingham Forest, who are set to play Crystal Palace. Then West Ham at 18th place, followed by Burnley, then the Wolverhampton Wanderers. All right, moving over into the Bundesliga, we've got Bayern Munich sitting at the number 1 spot, followed by Borussia Dortmund. Really kind of hate that they pulled the player back to the Premier League. Like I said, to me, looks like a desperate move. Followed by Hoffenheim at number 3, then RB Leipzig at number 4, then Stuttgart, then Bayern Leverkusen, followed by Freiburg, then Frankfurt. We've got M. Gladbach in 11th place, followed by Wolfsburg, then Augsburg. I'm still like, I can't believe that Bayern lost to Augsburg because they're in the 13th spot. Oh, the giant must fall at some point, unfortunately. Werder Bremen in 15th place, and still pulling up the rear, we've got Heidenheim. Moving over into the Serie A, we've got Inter Milan in the top spot, followed by AC Milan, then Roma, Napoli sitting at 4th place, followed by Juventus at number 5. We've got Atalanta at number 7, Bologna at number 8, and all the way down at the bottom, we've got Pisa. Was Verona, but I believe the tables have turned just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right, guys. Until next time, keep those shin pads sharp and your shenanigans sound. You've been watching Shin Pads and Shenanigans right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. See you guys next time.